Get your kid gloves on, Eva. We've got a VIP in the building, and as prisoners go, they don't get much more very important than this.
You arrested the Pope?
You'll wish. Lady Penelope Healy Henderson, store detective at Rossendale's, caught her with a ton's worth of designer undies in her coat pocket.
Well, just because she's a lady, that doesn't make her important.
Well, it does when she's married to Sir Tristan Healy Henderson, former High Sheriff of North Midlands, ex-mayor of Lethbridge, biggest pillar of the community. Oh, and bestest friends with the area chief super.
I hope you're not suggesting she gets special treatment.
Oh, absolutely not. Everything within the due processes of the law, naturally. Sensitively handled is the word from the cockpit.
Not by me. Wrong choice of officer. So...
choice don't come into it. The gentle touch, Eva. You see, I need someone with womanly charm, tact, sensitivity. And Perkins is in bed with the flu, so that leaves you. Spit it out.
Pushbird getting special treatment. You'd have thought they learnt the lesson from the Havley case.
And I'd have thought you'd learnt your lesson about being a clever dick. A word in your shell-like, Detective Inspector. You're a good copper. But just because you were right didn't make you popular. Now, you don't want to get yourself a reputation for being difficult, now do you? Unless you plan on staying at DI for the foreseeable future, that is.
This is well out of order.
It happens, get over it. Now, one of these days it could be you, or one of yours. I bet you won't be moaning about special treatment then. Are you receiving me, Eva?
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah, I always said you'd go far. Now, the good news is that the store CCTV was down, so that's one less thing to lose down the back of a sofa. I'm only joking. Now, quick as you can, if you don't mind, and preferably before his nibs gets here. Someone at the store tipped off the press and is not best pleased by all accounts. Now, worst case scenario, she must be bonkers, God bless her. The courtesan ultimate fantasy range. Yeah, whether or not I was paying much attention.
So?
You just wait till you meet her.
Lady Healy Henderson, I'm D.R. Moore.
Call me Penny, please.
The custody sergeant tells me that you've declined the services of a solicitor.
The less people who know, the better. I'd rather my husband didn't find out about this.
I believe the store's already told him. I think he's on his way.
Oh. Well, I suppose that was inevitable.
These are serious charges. I strongly recommend that you have a solicitor. Lady Healy Henderson? Shoplifting can carry a jail sentence. Do you want to go to prison?
No, of course not.
Then I'll call the duty solicitor and we can get started.
I've decided I'm going to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
If you could confine yourself to answering the questions put to you.
I'm sorry.
For the purposes of the tape, I'm showing Lady Healy Henderson a bag containing matching brief and bra from the Courtesan Ultimate Fantasy range. Do you recognise these?
I was admiring them in the lingerie department. Such beautiful workmanship. I did rather wonder what they'd look like on.
But they're not even your size.
But I was in rather a rush. Mind you, Tristan's always saying that I'm too scrawny and I should put some weight on. I don't suppose a diet of porridge will help much on that score.
Interview stopped at 14:25 for a short break.
Oh, well, we've only just started.
We don't have any CCTV footage, which basically means it's your word against that of the store detective. So I suggest you think very carefully about what you're going to say.
Having him moping about the house all day is hardly ideal. He needs to get back to some sort of normality.
Oh, it's early days yet.
Exactly. One step at a time.
Oh, send him my love.
Will do. See you later. House calls.
What you got there?
Roasted red pepper and halloumi on sun-dried tomato focaccia. You?
Cheese. So...
Daniel... Sorry.
I just wondered what you're up to tonight.
Nothing for the rest of 2008, according to my diary.
You Fancy going for a drink, then?
Yeah, great. The others coming?
No, just thought, you know...
Yeah, great. Okay. That's a huge relief for Joe. Daniel. Although, you know, he's still got his GMC hearing.
Well, no, I didn't know, actually. I don't think Joe would appreciate you blabbermouthing about his family like this.
Blabbermouthing? He didn't tell me not to...
By all accounts, Daniel is well dodgy, and here you are treating him like the returning hero.
Try to define well dodgy.
Where do I start? Lying, stealing money, getting you taken hostage.
Daniel had a gambling addiction. It doesn't make him a bad person.
Yeah, whatever.
Addiction is an illness. As a health professional, you of all people should understand that.
Well, from what I've heard, that's not his only problem.
And you call me a blabbermouth? You don't know anything, Archie Hallam, you certainly don't know Daniel.
Yeah, well, I don't think I want to.
And you can stuff your drink.
Oh, Jimmy.
Oh, are you coming over to mine tonight?
Oh, I've still got a flat full of boxes to unpack.
Yeah, well, I've made dinner, moussaka.
Oh, that sounds ambitious. Look, I'll send Lady Blah Blah in, but you should know that her husband's some VIP, so we've been asked to handle it sensitively.
I've heard. So, when you say sensitively, I hope you've told him that I'm the police surgeon, not a get-out-of-jail-free card.
Look, it's the Chief Super's words, not mine. Don't shoot the messenger.
You're not going along with it?
I'm not going along with anything.
I can't believe you, of all people, getting involved with a cover-up.
It's a bit over the top, isn't it? Look, all I'm saying is, if there's the slightest hint that she's unsound, we need to know about it.
Is everything okay, or are you being leaned on?
No more than usual. We could talk later.
Eva! Now, what's taking you so long? I thought you'd have sent her home with a cake and a goodie bag by now.
I got the doctor to examine her.
Not going too well, then.
It's not exactly according to plan, though.
Well, never fear. So long as he finds her nuttier than a bag of dry roasted, it's sorted.
If he plays ball.
What do you mean, if? I thought you two were having it off. Well, so says the rumour mill. Whatever happened to feminism?
You're crossing a line there, sir.
Oh, yes, D.I. Moore, I am. And I apologise unreservedly for that sexist, un-PC and probably illegal comment. Does that do you?
It'll have to, won't it, sir?
Good. Now, off you go and start behaving like any normal woman and make sure you get your own way. Huh? Chop, chop.
You're not going to like this, but I say she's fit for interview.
You're joking?
She's quiet, but apart from that, she seemed totally lucid and in control.
What's she playing at?
Well, that's your job to find out. I've done mine. More to the point, why would you want to cover up for her?
Look, I'll pick my own battles, thank you. Trust me, this one isn't worth fighting.
Superintendent Rugg, pleasure to meet you, sir.
It isn't reciprocated. What on earth do you lot think you were doing?
Well, your wife was detained by a store detective, so to that extent it was out of our hands, but we are making every effort to get this resolved. This is D.I. Moore, is handling the case.
Shall I fetch Mr. Bennett? Your wife's solicitor.
Not anymore, he isn't. Any brief worth his salt would have had this tied up by now. I'll represent her myself. I am still qualified to practice, you know, unless you have any objections.
Oh, I'm sure that would be in order, D.I. Moore.
Fine, sir.
Boop.
Hi.
What are you skulking around out here for?
I was just passing, wondered if Joe fancied a cup of coffee, but his mobile switched off.
Well, most visitors ask at reception and they would have told you that he's on house calls all day.
Yeah, it's reception I'm worried about. Mine. In there, less than rapturous.
Oh, right, yeah. They all hate you.
Yeah, I don't suppose I could tempt you out for a coffee, could I?
Sorry, patience in 5 minutes.
How about a drink later? I could apologise for getting you kidnapped.
You apologised at Christmas.
Go on, just the one. Please. I could really do with the company. You got plans?
No. No, actually. A drink sounds lovely.
Interview resumed at 15:57. D.I. Moore and D.C. Kellett presiding. Also present.
Penny Healy-Henderson.
Sir Tristan Healy-Henderson.
The latter is replacing Mr. Bennett as legal representative. Can you confirm for the tape that you agree to this?
Of course she agrees, don't you?
Yes.
Lady Healy-Henderson, this afternoon in Rosendale's...
You still haven't explained what you were doing there. This afternoon was supermarket shopping, followed by your swim.
I didn't go swimming.
I think I'll ask the questions.
Why not? You were supposed to swim this afternoon after taking the suits in. It's not the first time, is it?
I fail to see the relevance of this. If we could move on. The store detective alleges he found these in your coat pocket. Can you tell me how they got there?
Objection.
This isn't a courtroom.
Is that what she's supposed to have taken? Now, does my wife look like a woman who would wear tarts knickers? She wears white underwear, and she certainly wouldn't get it from Rosendale's. Not at those prices.
Are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine.
Have you seen the time? I wouldn't mind dinner on the table at some point tonight. So, if you wouldn't mind telling the police officer...
Would you please stop shouting at your wife, or I'll have you removed from this interview room?
I beg your pardon?
I will have you removed. Nobody deserves to be spoken to like that, especially not in one of my interviews.
So, if you wouldn't mind telling the police officer that it was all a mistake, then maybe we can get out of here.
Maybe you'd like to tell me what happened in your own words.
I don't deserve to be spoken to like that.
Will you just get on with it?
I can't say that it was all a mistake, not without lying. I did take them. I meant to take them.
Don't be absurd.
I took them. And I took this and, yes, these. Oh, and this. Isn't this pretty? I'm afraid that I'm what you might call a serial shoplifter.
Hi.
Hello.
Mrs. Wells. This way, please.
It was planted. She doesn't wear lipstick. I don't even like women who wear lipstick. Now, where did all this come from? Did somebody plant it on you? Is that thing still on? Switch it off. I want this interview stopped now.
This is my interview, and I'll end it if and when I see fit.
I am guilty, and I accept my punishment. Was that clear enough?
Perfectly.
Am I going to call the medic, or are you?
Your wife has already been examined by the police surgeon.
Then he can do it again. Now.
I am not mad. It's been 35 years, Tristan, and I need a rest.
Hello.
Hi.
I shouldn't have called you a blabbermouth. I'm sorry.
Thanks.
So, about tonight.
Oh, I'm doing something. I thought after,
I thought your diary was clear.
well, something came up. It's just a drink with a friend.
Anyone I know?
No.
Another time then?
Sure.